Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video from Ayabali, and in this video we will be moving forward with how the Robert Whittaker classified the five kingdom classification. How did he make the five kingdom classification and on what basis did he make the five kingdom classification which was approved worldwide, right? Right, you all know in the previous video we have discussed about how the ancient classification was rejected and how the modern classification came into light, right? And who gave the modern classification? It was Robert Whittaker in 1969, right? So without any further ado, let's get started, right? So beta, first of all, if any organism is given to you, right? अगर आपको कोई भी organism देते हैं and you are asked to classify that organism. So what was the first basis of classification, beta? The first basis of classification was the cellular organization. How the cell is organized, right? Very, very simple. And keep this in mind. The first one was the cellular organization. That means the cell is prokaryotic or eukaryotic. Okay, I have told you in the previous video, if the cell is prokaryotic, that means it is not having a well-defined nucleus, the cell is not very well defined, it is known as prokaryote. And eukaryote, DNA, nucleus, all and the cell is very well defined. That is coming in the category of eukaryotes, beta. Okay, so the organism which is prokaryotic in nature, beta, Robert said that if any organism is prokaryotic, that means अगर आपको कोई भी organism दिया जाता है बेटा and you see that that particular organism is not having a well defined nucleus, neither the DNA is present properly nor the cell is defined properly, it will be coming eventually under Monera. Okay, so Monera has all the prokaryotes, right? Then eukaryotes, beta. Now if I am giving you an organism and it is eukaryotic in nature, so you will say, अब तो मैम eukaryotic हो गया, अब कैसे करेंगे हम? So I will say that if the organism you get is eukaryotic, that means you see that the DNA is very well defined, cell is also structurally very well defined. You will say that eventually now we'll have to check that whether that eukaryotic cell is unicellular in nature or multicellular in nature. Simple. ठीक है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर आपको बहुत सारा ग्रुप दे दिया बेटा ऑर्गेनिजम्स का, आपने बोला ये भी प्रोकैरियोटिक है, ये भी प्रोकैरियोटिक है, ये भी प्रोकैरियोटिक है, मैम हाउ डू वी डिफाइन नाउ? प्रोकैरियोटिक तो सारे हो गए, ठीक है, तो प्रोकैरियोटिक वाले सारे मोनेरा में चले जाएंगे, बट यूकैरियोटिक वालों में आप क्या देखोगे बेटा? वेदर इट इज यूनिसेल्युलर और इट इज multicellular. That means you will now check the body organization. Okay, this all we have done beta in the previous video, so I am just writing here for the reference so that you don't get confused at all. Okay, so body organization means whether the cell is unicellular or multicellular, and cellular organization means whether it is prokaryotic or whether it is eukaryotic. Fine. Now beta, if eukaryotic cell is there, you will see if it is unicellular, you will put it under the category of protista. Okay, and if it is multicellular, then you will further see what to do with it. Fine. So it will be coming in the category of protista. Then now if you observe that the organism is eukaryotic but it is not unicellular, it is multicellular. Now what is happening beta? Now you will say that we will see whether the cell wall is present or whether the cell wall is absent. Okay, so the third basis of classification will be of your cell wall. You will see that if the cell wall is present or the cell wall is absent. Now you all know that plants have cell wall which is made up of cellulose, but the animals, they do not have any cell wall, right? So if the organism is eukaryotic, multicellular, without cell wall, it will come in the category of beta animalia, without cell wall. ठीक है, if the organism given to you, you observe it that it is eukaryotic, multicellular, without cell wall, it will come in the category of animalia. But if it is eukaryotic, multicellular with cell wall, now what you will say that अगर सेल वॉल है बेटा, सेल वॉल तो फंगस के पास भी होती है, सेल वॉल तो प्लांट्स के पास भी होती है. नाउ हाउ विल यू आइडेंटिफाई? So you will say that their mode of nutrition. After the cell wall, the last thing is mode of nutrition, whether it is autotrophic, whether it is heterotrophic. Okay, this is the mode of nutrition. So if it is making their own food, it has photosynthetic pigments, it is coming in the category of plantae. And if it is heterotrophic, that means it is dependent on others for their food, it is fungus. This is the whole chart that was given by Robert H. Whittaker in 1969 to classify the organisms into the 5 kingdom classification, which became a hit nationwide. Everybody was likable that okay, this is the best classification that is given till now, because it included all the features and different phylums, different organisms were being covered in this particular kingdom, okay, in this classification table. Now to make the classification easy beta, entire kingdom means a group of all the organisms. Okay, so उसमें से हमने क्या किया? We separated the phylum, right? So there is a phylum. Now comes the class, right? From the phylum, class. Then comes order, then comes family, then comes genus, then comes species. Okay, so what is beta species now? How will you define species? So always remember that the basic unit of classification is your species. Species is what? The basic unit of classification. Okay, species have the ability to interbreed with the other species. Fine. So when many species they will come together, beta, they will form a genus. When many genuses will come together, they will form a family. When many families come together, they form order. When many orders come together, they form class. And when many classes come together, they form phylum. And when many phylums they come together, beta, they form kingdom. So you need to remember the sequence, right? Kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. This is the order you need to remember. Fine. So now I hope this chart is also clear, and this you need to memorize beta. Now in the next video we will be moving forward with the chapter, right? In this, any doubts, any problems, you can ask in the comment section, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Till then, take care. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned. I will see you guys in the next video. Till then, take care.